VC community. Today we'll expand that to include cassettes and CDs. I've been wanting to do this video for a while. Like many of you, I've got some special editions of albums, or what we, I guess, could call collection pieces, because some of them, these are the only versions of the releases. I've got 5 that I want to share. Kind of runs the span of punk, heavy metal, doom metal, and so yeah, go ahead and get started with a cassette set. And this is from the band Vials of Wrath, who are an atmospheric black metal band that are currently based out of Eastern Tennessee, so the state in which I currently live in. And this is, I believe, their second full length. It is titled Days Without Names, and this was released in 2017. So it is, as I said, the cassette edition, but it has a few goodies that came along with. It's transparent red cassette. There is a download card, which I don't think I've used that, so if any of you out there wanted to try and snag that, I believe I was able to get a digital copy in another manner. There's a patch, same band logo as the front, little incense cone, and I believe a poster, or no, just a photo of the one. It's a one-man band. Can't remember his name, but he produces all the music. And actually their newest album, which is not set to release, at least the CD, but record final version is not supposed to come out until January. We're currently listening to that on my computer. So let's see, that was the first one. Next, let's move over to some European power metal. Harmony. This is their third release, a full length. This is a, like I said, power metal band out of Sweden. And this was a limited edition. This is a wooden case. Nice shiny picture and logo on the front. It is numbered. This is 123. I don't remember how many were created all together in that collection. Comes with a sticker, the CD booklet with a different cover, some band members there. Actually, I take that back. This is not the CD case. This is some probably information on the band, and you see some of their other albums listed there. So this may be like a historical piece on the band. I got some information on the songs, and this is all in English, which is helpful to me. And then we have the CD booklet with the actual album cover, a guitar pick, one-sided, and a few other doodads here. We've got a, here we go, poster. Theater of Redemption, and we got the CD tray, which the sticky stuff is come off of, but not a biggie. Just sit that in there loosely on the bottom. And so yeah, I should have looked that up to see how many of these were released. Put that postcard back down on the bottom, but a real cool collectible. It's got the little gold metal clasp to kind of match the gold coloring on the front. Next, I want to move to another wooden box. This one is not stained, but the shape of the box is real cool. This is Officium Triste, which is a probably, I love doom metal. Pretty big into doom. Death doom, I don't listen to as many bands, but I learned about this group back when I got really heavy into doom during the late 90s, early 2000s, and just love this band from their first full length. This is actually their sixth. It's a special edition. I do have this on vinyl also, but not in this really cool collectible case. This is the cassette version of their sixth album, The Death of Gaia. Pull out. Here is the cassette cover. It's kind of got that shiny, glossy look to it. So that doesn't scream death metal as far as covers go, but the music is fantastic. For those of you that have never checked this band out, if you're into death or death doom or just doom, I recommend checking them out. We got a little patch, a sticker of the album cover, also nice and shiny, a autographed. Somehow we got cat hair in there. I don't know how that works out. Autographed. The only band member I know offhand is Pim, the lead singer. I don't know how many of the guys in the band are from back when they started. Another download card. I'll put this one. I don't know if this is going to show up backwards or not, but if it does, y'all use a mirror or something and you figure it out. And then a coaster, also of the album cover. So very cool collectible. Again, I didn't think to look up the numbers. Maybe I'll add that down below in the comment area, just what the number of the delineation, the number of the variant. Really cool clasp there. Okay, another one that if anybody's going to be familiar with anything I'm showing, I would imagine a lot of you will know of this band and this set. Another coffin-shaped set. Misfits. This one was released in 1996. There was also a Samhain set that I never got. I could kick myself for not having picked that one up, but it says limited first pressing, contains a special edition package of the Static Age album, available only in this box. And I was reading that there's a pin that also comes in the box that is, I think only available in this set. And even though this is, shiny plastic, you might be able to see there's kind of a grainy kind of look. Really hard to see with that glare there, but almost a grainy look to it, seeing how they didn't go with actual wood. A really cool booklet with a Dave McKean, one of my favorite artists, with his illustration, and just some concert flyers. Nice write-up. Don't remember who wrote it. Erie Vaughn for the first couple of pages, and then song lyrics. And cool photos. It's not a very thick book, but cool nonetheless. Definitely adds to the excitingness of this set. Got the back sticker. I guess we'd call that the back hype, and you can see I paid $67 back when this came out from a store in Florida. Worth every penny. And the contents, it says over 100 classic tracks on 4 CDs. So you've got collection 1 and 2, Legacy of Brutality, Evil Live, Earth AD, and Static Age, which at this point I don't think was readily available on CD or on vinyl. It wasn't until years later that they sold that separately. And then a disc called Sessions, which is just alternate versions and some outtakes and live stuff. So one thing that was cool about the Static Age. I don't know, cool. I say cool, but a little aggravating was to open this. It's a slide. Somebody created this. They put some thought and effort into it, because it's not. See, I haven't touched this thing in forever, and so it's from the back. You've got to slide it up, and they've got a little booklet on the inside and the CD on the inside. So a little different. I don't think we'll ever see another one of those slide cases. And just the black cases, they're slimlined. Disc 1, Collection 1 and 2. Disc 2, which has Legacy of Brutality, Live Evil, Earth AD. 34 tracks on that one, and this is the sessions and the additional, just a bunch of these say date unknown, no studio, so just stuff that they scrape together. And then another cool doodad in there is the Fiend Club pin, which I decided not to add to any of my jackets, just keep that part of the collection. All right, and last but not least, this one I do believe I have a number for. This is a Die Hard collection. Company that put these together were called Embassy Records out of Chile, South America. Not a big company. They had, I think, only released a handful of items, and this was the most rare. 100. The Gates of Slumber, which is a U.S. doom metal band who are now back together. They had lost some members and had kind of been defunct for a while, but they are back to recording again. And this is a split with Spiritus Mortis, which is a Finnish band from Finland, also doom metal. And so the title of this is From the Ultima Thule. And a lot of cool things in this set. So there was a point where I was picking up everything and anything I could from the Gates of Slumber. Of course, when they broke up, things got quiet, and there hasn't been much released in these recent years besides a new studio album, and I think one live. But we got a Gates of Slumber pin, Spiritus Mortis. Actually, this one is both bands, so that's got the same logo as the cover patch. And here is the Spiritus Mortis. It's hard to see with the glare. And that's red on black, so pretty tough to see. Another patch. The CD has its own paper slipcase. On the back, it's got the tracks, starting with Gates of Slumber and then Spiritus Mortis. That is the actual cover. So I believe, actually I know that this was released separately from the set, so folks that didn't want to spend the money for that limited Die Hard edition could just purchase this. And Gates of Slumber material I know was released, I believe, on record, one form of vinyl at some point. This had been released, and the Spiritus Mortis I think was maybe demo material. But for those that bought this set, you would get a cassette, which is different than the material on the CD. So that was kind of a no-brainer for me when I was trying to collect everything from the band. And demo material on this one, Spiritus Mortis is side A, and the Gates of Slumber is side B. And this contains their demo Blood Encrusted Death Axe, which is 4 tracks. So if you didn't purchase this set, you will never find that. fold out poster. I don't think I've ever noticed that fish there before. And then a vertical poster, horizontal, vertical. And one last thing, I can get it out. It's a photo. And I know that that is not Gates of Slumber, so that's Spiritus Mortis. And you see the empty box. Nice wood. Keep the termites away from that. All right, that's all I got for today. 5 limited edition sets. Die Hard, at least 2 of those were Die Hard. Those of you that are into collecting, if you've got some cool limited or just things that you've come across that you're pretty certain nobody else has seen or very few have seen, post, go ahead and post in the messages, or if you do your video, you got your own video channel, go ahead and share. Tag me, because I'd be interested in seeing what you got. Always love, seeing other people's collections, but especially kind of hard to find stuff. So I've got some other limited stuff, but most of them were, CDs or just regular records, and I thought I would pull out the more obscure stuff. So hope you're all doing well. Thank you for watching. If you've hung in for the 16 plus minutes, take care, God bless, and till I see you next time, peace.